think it's fundamental, inherent to humanity, that given certain circumstances and given the right platform, we can all affect change. So I grew up in San Clemente, California. Really great community by the beach, very small and very close-knit, but I think my parents knew that it was a bubble and they didn't want me or my sister to have too myopic a perspective on the world, and so travel was important to them and is, important to me still. I think it really gave me a strong sense of my place in the world, the privilege that I've had, and kind of the sense of responsibility that derives from that. So when you visit places like India or Nicaragua, or I think much of the developing world where civilization even today is still so agrarian, people are still so tied to the land, that connection between human livelihood and environmentalism fascinates me. When I was looking at USC, I was so drawn to the fact that I was going to be able to make a contribution, and that not only was I going to be learning, but I was going to be applying what I learned and getting an education that transcended the classroom. I'm a rare case in that I came in kind of knowing exactly what I wanted to study. I think I've always been intrigued by environmental policy. I've always been really fascinated by science policy in general, how we inform policy using the science, or don't inform policy using the science. I knew from the outset that I wanted as many opportunities as possible. The summer after my freshman year, I went on a PWP to Belize. Sort of the focus of that trip was reconstructing past climates as they pertained to the Maya civilization. This trip that I just went on to the Arctic took us to Iceland, Norway, and Finland, looking at the contemporary climate issue, man-made climate change as we're experiencing it today. And both of those trips have shown me joy of that, how great it is to be able to travel and ask these big questions. It is quite literally learning beyond the classroom. It's going to these places and seeing these issues firsthand, which, no matter how excellent the professor or the textbook or whatever, you just can't get that, staying on campus. My first public sector internship, I'm working for Eric Garcetti, the mayor of Los Angeles, so I'm in City Hall every day. The projects that I've gotten to work on have to do with things like the LA River or the mayor's climate agenda, or right now, the biggest issue in California is this drought. It absolutely feels like I'm being trained to address these bigger issues. First and foremost, that comes from being taught how to think critically. Really, when you're sitting in the classroom and you can feel yourself learning and you can feel yourself thinking in new ways, more critically, more holistically, that is something that I genuinely know I did not have before coming to college. I mean, I would like to think that this is a field that I'm going to be able to make a difference in. For now, I know what interests me is advocacy on this issue, research on this issue, policy as it pertains to the environment, and hopefully the work that I end up doing relates to that. And so, if we're calling that Frontline Scholar, then great. I mean, I'm honored, but I couldn't imagine having done it any other way.